I understand that in the book, you didn't jump to Second City right away. You had to be talked into it by your dad. Is that true?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I had to be talked into by my dad, and and it's just so interesting how I had to be talked into it by my dad, and he kept sort of going, "When are you going to do this?" Because for my dad, coming from Depression era and the idea of, at first he was like, "Let me get you a job as an electrician." It's like I don't want to do that, and he saw me more confident than I saw me. And I think it's really important that you will know what you will know when you know what you know. You'll know, I will know what I need to know when I need to know when I need to know. And I never felt like I was ready until I started to kind of sit in on some classes at Second City and went, oh, I can do that.
Hmm.
I can do that. Um, and then I just couldn't get enough of that. I could not. I auditioned for it. I got in. I auditioned for the training center, and I got in. And all that I wanted to do from that point forward was just to sit and watch classes and watch improvisers be in class. It's weird. Like I was like, yeah, I'll participate, but I'd also want to see how this teacher teaches this thing, and how does the teacher handle these things. And I think that that's really one of the things that led me to what it is that I do now, is to look at it and see how people were inspired by these teachers, because the teachers were everything, And when I saw a teacher mishandle a student, I'm like, fuck that guy. God is my witness. I will never treat anybody like that ever,
Hmm.
ever. And or I'd see somebody really take somebody under their wing and go, that teacher's spending a lot of time with that student. And I looked at him like, what else would they do? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's a lot of teachers going, you don't get it, but you'll get it next time, two more up. Well, what did that person do with that rejection?
Hmm.
And other people are going, well, you really spend a lot of time with Carol, and it's like, yeah, you know what? And if you fuck up, I'm going to spend a lot of time with you. Or if you don't get it, I'm gonna. Hopefully, so the challenge for me is to go. I want you to grok this. I want you to wrap your head around this thing. And if you don't get it, I don't want to work at a place where it's like you got to get these 5 lessons in one day, because what ends up happening is you don't spend time with these students, and these students don't get the feeling of what it feels like to feel the feelings they're feeling the moment they feel the feelings. And then what ends up happening is what ends up happening now, which is most improvisers are speeding through it because they don't know what it means to slow it down, because they've never had a teacher or at a school where the emphasis was on anything other than get these people through these levels so we can get these people through these levels so we can get these people through these levels. So it's a fiduciary thing that started. And again, this is one of those things where it's like, should I be saying this? I'm going to fucking say it. I think it all happened when Sharna went from, because IO became so popular and people wanted to get on stage, that the 40-minute heralds were then cut into 20-minute heralds. And because the 20-minute heralds were then cut off, people weren't feeling those feelings, and the teachers weren't teaching it because the teachers had to get that information out.
Yeah. So many times you see a lot of improvisers who are too afraid to take their time, which always kind of weirds me out. I love being able to just be on stage with someone and we don't have to watch the clock. We don't have to worry about the next show or the next piece. We could just be here and just take our time.
I think a really interesting thing. I mean, obviously, I totally agree with you, but I think that there aren't teachers who are teaching that. And if you don't have a teacher teaching that, then how are you going to know that you can do that? And for me, I teach that. That's what I teach. So that anybody, and not only do I teach it, but I also do it in my scenes. I did a show with Jamie Moyer at Pan Theater a couple of weeks ago, and she and I were sitting. We were playing two characters sitting in an audience at a Broadway show, and it's like the show's starting, and we just sat, and it was 30 seconds of nothing. 30 seconds of just us sitting there. No comment, no comment, no bits. And I was thinking, look at what we're doing. We're being totally quiet for 30 seconds.
God, I
And the
love that.
audience is rapt. It's so fucking great. The audience is rapt.